The LeBron era starts off in 2010, and the season after this, the Charlotte Bobcats won a terrible 7 games. So I'm going to challenge myself to rebuild the Bobcats and go 82-0. Now, for this first season, my goal is just going to be to get as many draft picks as possible. So I just gutted the roster to get as much draft capital as I could. The team was garbage, but we had a lot of picks to work with, which is good because the 2011 draft has Kawhi, Clay, Kyrie. We need to get a good pick. And after winning 18 games, I'm pretty sure we're going to be up there in the NBA draft. We ended up landing at the 3rd spot, which is fine. I would have liked to get the 1st, but of course, we have so many picks to make a move happen that I was easily able to move up to number 1, where I selected Kawhi Leonard. I was hoping Kyrie would drop to me at 3, but he didn't, so I just had to go ahead and trade up to get Kyrie Irving. That was a pretty simple process. Now we've got Kawhi and Kyrie, a great baseline for this team to get started. But what if we could land a big name free agent? It looks like Carmelo Anthony wants to come to Charlotte. I did not expect this at all. And we still had other money to work with, so I offered Michael Beasley as well, and both of those guys ended up accepting. I also offered Rodney Stuckey, because why not? I had some more money, and now this is what the team is looking like. We're not really near being an 82-0 team, but maybe we could be like a fringe playoff team. I kind of realized Michael Beasley didn't fit the roster well since we picked up Melo, so I went ahead and traded him to get DeAndre Jordan. Now the roster is set for season number 2. I would say we are much better than we were in season number 1. At the end of the year, Derrick Rose was named the 2012 MVP, Kawhi was named the Rookie of the Year, and DeAndre Jordan won Most Improved Player. But we were not able to make it into the playoffs. Only 34 wins on the season. Melo was great for us. Kyrie had a great rookie year. So did Kawhi, but it wasn't enough. So it's back to the drawing board in the offseason. And we have another draft coming up. This is the Anthony Davis draft. I was looking at trading away Carmelo Anthony, and ultimately I was able to do that to land the number 1 pick and draft Anthony Davis. After drafting AD, I had one more pick to work with where I selected Austin Rivers. A huge move. After the draft, I was trying to clear up cap space for free agency. That meant trading away Rodney Stuckey, trading away DeAndre Jordan, and you'll see why I did this in a second, because free agency, man, it's absolutely ridiculous. Some big stars. Derrick Rose, he's a restricted free agent though, so the odds I get him are really low. Yeah, he's going back to Chicago. But Chris Paul, he's here as an unrestricted free agent, and it looks like we're going to be able to land him. We're also going to try to offer Dwight Howard a deal as well, and we're going to land both Dwight Howard and Chris Paul. So trading away Melo, Rodney Stuckey, DeAndre Jordan, all that ended up working out because not only did we get Chris Paul and Dwight Howard, but we got Mo Spates. I mean, what more could you ask for? The team is looking beautiful, and I feel like we're getting closer to being one of those dominant teams in the league. Anthony Davis was named Rookie of the Year. Kyrie was named 6th Man of the Year. I mean, when Kyrie's your 6th man, you're doing something right. We won 53 games, and Kawhi Leonard led the way in scoring in just his 2nd season. Chris Paul and Dwight were good for us as well. I'm excited to see what this team could do down the line. This year, we ended up making it to the 2nd round, but lost to the Chicago Bulls. That's fine. They went on to win the championship. Now it's time for the NBA draft. We ended up landing the 5th pick in the draft lottery, and this draft had Giannis, but when I've done these sims, usually Giannis doesn't do too crazily well, so I'm going to trade my pick to bring back Charlotte Bobcat legend Rodney Stuckey. That's right, Rodney Stuckey is back in town. Alert the media. We're also going to go ahead and trade away some of these extra picks so that I can get more picks. I do this a lot. It's how you cheese the 2K system. Then I went ahead and offered the best Kardashian ever, Chris Humphries. If you know, you know. Offered him a deal to come back to the squad. Team's looking good. A bunch of green arrows showing the progression for the team. Oh, that voice crack was crazy. Kyrie Irving was named the 6th man of the year. Shout out to Kyrie. Shout out to Avery Johnson, our coach. We won 71 games. That's right. We're really reaching that upper echelon of NBA teams at this point, man. And we've still got a lot of progression that we're waiting on from our guys. We're doing pretty well. We just took home a championship to top off the 71 win season as well. And after that, we got the number 1 pick. Oh, man. And we're going to be able to draft the Joker? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're cooking right now. And you know what? Why don't we go ahead and get Nick Batum while we're at it? We had an extra pick. I'll go ahead and get Batum. We'll also get Jokic. The squad is looking stacked. We just won 71 games, picked up Batum, picked up Jokic. We're going to bring back Rodney Stuckey. He's coming back to the squad. That's really all we had to do in terms of free agency. But I also went ahead and signed Daniel Gibson just for some additional depth on the team. I mean, why not, man? And now this is what the squad is looking like. Like I said, I think we're doing great. We got 590 plus players. Unfortunately, we're still not cracking that 82-0 yet. Although around the middle of the season, we had won 47 games, which is not too shabby. We'd only lost 4 games the entire year. But I was worried about Dwight Howard and Chris Paul going into free agency, so I traded away Dwight Howard and got John Wall, who's on a 4-year deal. At the end of the season, Anthony Davis is named the MVP of the league, and we won 71 games once again. Now, we were 47-4 around midseason, so I thought we'd do a bit better, but maybe the Dwight Howard for John Wall trade kind of threw things off a bit for our team. Regardless, we're going to get another chip. It was close, though. We went 7 with Sacramento. In the offseason, y'all know the drill. We've been drafting number 1 picks year after year. It feels like we've drafted a lot of number 1 guys. So I'm trying to do it again, and boom, we land the number 1 overall pick. I also had the 5th pick, didn't really need it, so I went ahead, got some more picks by trading away that one. Now it's time to select at number 1. I didn't know whether to go with Cat or KP, but they said KP was the best. They lied, though. He was the number 1 in the mock draft, but he was the 79. Cat was an 80. We got to bring back Kyrie. We got to bring back Kawhi. We got to bring back Chris Paul. That's why I thought maybe trading away one of Chris Paul or Dwight Howard for somebody on a longer deal could be a smart move so that we'd save a bit of money potentially. And ultimately, I guess it worked out. We got to bring back everybody. Team still looks great. But we still can't crack 82-0. We lose on game 5 of the season. And around midseason, we're 33-9. Seems like we're taking a bit of a step back. End up winning 68 games on the season. And Anthony Davis takes home the MVP, which is cool and all. But 68 wins when you're trying to go 82-0, that's not going to cut it, man. We're kind of slacking right now. But we are the number 1 seed, so I guess we'll go ahead and see if we win the NBA championship. Doesn't really matter to me too much. My main goal, of course, is going 82-0. Man, the feeling of going 82-0 has got to be phenomenal. I haven't been able to do it yet in 2K. Anyway, we're in the draft lottery. We get the 5th overall pick. Didn't want the pick. Yeah, y'all get the point at this point. Trade away the picks. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. All right, now it's going to be time to move on to free agency, where we got to bring back Anthony Davis and also Chris Humphries. Of course, Chris Humphries got to be back on the squad, and Tobias Harris. They all came back, so that was good. And I also had a little bit of money to work with, so I offered Thabo Sefolosha. Fun fact about him, he used to play NBA games in Air Max 90s, which is kind of fire, man. But anyway, let's move on to this season where we lose on game 11 of the year again. No 82-0, man. It's frustrating, bro. I feel like I'm putting together ridiculous teams, but it seems like 71 wins is our kryptonite. We can't crack that 71 win total. I mean, it's a great amount of wins, don't get me wrong, but 82-0 would be just a little bit better. But we go ahead and get another NBA championship this offseason, trying to trade up for number 1, as I do. I'm really just trying to save money by trading for this pick. We'll go ahead and do it. It's simple. And in the draft, we've got Jason Tatum. I'm going to draft him, Subway commercial legend. This is what the team's looking like. We've got a pretty good amount of depth, so hopefully we'll be able to make something happen this year. Ultimately, though, through the first 12 games, we were 7-5. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, bro. We were 42-9 around the trade deadline. And looking at the team, I saw DeAndre Jordan was on an expiring deal. Got this trade offer for Brad Beal and Brandon Ingram because this Warriors pick had ridiculous value. I went ahead and took it. John Wall was also on an expiring deal. So y'all know where this is going. We're trying to make a big move, and I did it. I traded for Russell Westbrook. He won MVP in the league. Maybe he's the guy who will help us go 82-0 next season. This year we won 69 games. Brad Beal led the team in scoring. They had Brad and Russ working overtime. They both played 85 games this season because they got traded in the middle of the year. Anyway, we go on to win a chip in 7. Shout out to AD Finals MVP. In the offseason, I was trying to bring back Jokic, but I didn't have the money. Luckily, he accepted the qualifying offer. This is the team. This is going to be our final run at 82-0 because a lot of guys on our team are on expiring contracts. So let's see how it goes. Bro, dog. Shout out to 2K, man. Shout out to 2K. Really just love this video game franchise, man. I need the 82-0 playbook from 2K. We won 75 games on the season. Cool, I guess. And of course, I mean, we'll go on to win the NBA championship. But like, I'm trying to go 82-0. So if y'all have any suggestions or help, let me know in the comments. Have a great day. See you guys in the next one. Peace.